Hello, Grey's Anatomy fans! In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the most exciting and complicated romances of the series. If, like me, you've fallen in love with Meredith and Derek, rooted for Alex and Izzy, or been thrilled by the drama between Owen and Teddy, you're in the right place because in this video, we'll explore all the couples that have ever formed in Grey's Anatomy. Please give today's video a like. It was really tough to produce since I had to rewatch the entire series to compile this list, and subscribe to the channel for more Grey's Anatomy videos. Derek Shepherd and Meredith Grey. Derek and Meredith, central characters in Grey's Anatomy, embark on a romance that begins in the first season and becomes one of the series' main emotional arcs. Derek, a talented neurosurgeon, and Meredith, a surgical resident, experience a relationship full of ups and downs, marked by a deep connection, but also challenges such as Derek's marriage to Addison Montgomery and Meredith's insecurities. Their relationship is tested by separations, reconciliations, and traumatic events, but their love remains a central force in the series, exploring themes of love, commitment, and personal growth. Although the romance ends tragically, their legacy lives on in the memories and lessons they shared. Christina Yang and Preston Burke. Christina, a talented and focused surgeon, becomes involved in an intense relationship with her mentor, the respected cardiothoracic surgeon Preston. Initially, they have great chemistry both at work and in their personal lives, but problems arise when Burke desires a more traditional relationship, while Christina is entirely focused on her career and uninterested in marriage. The drama culminates in the third season when Burke leaves Christina at the altar, leading to the end of their relationship. Afterward, Christina decides to focus on her career and seek new opportunities as a surgeon. Mark Sloan and Addison Montgomery. Mark, known as McSteamy, is a renowned plastic surgeon who arrives at Seattle Grace Hospital and becomes involved with Addison, an obstetrician and gynecologist who was once married to Derek Shepherd. The romance between Mark and Addison began before they arrived at the hospital, and their reconnection in Seattle brings their complicated past to the surface. They had an affair that led to Addison and Derek's separation, and the relationship between Mark and Addison is marked by a cycle of reunions and breakups. Despite their intense chemistry, the relationship ends bitterly, with Addison moving on and Mark seeking self-discovery and personal growth. Richard Weber and Adele. Richard, the chief of surgery at Seattle Grace Hospital, has a complex relationship with his wife, Adele. Although they started with love and promises, their relationship deteriorates over the years due to the demands of Richard's work and the stress related to the hospital. A critical point occurs when Adele discovers that Richard cheated on her with Dr. Ellis Gray, causing pain and resentment. Despite the challenges, including Richard's struggle with alcoholism and Adele's battle with Alzheimer's, their bond persists, making their story deeply moving and full of complexity. Izzy Stevens and Denny Duquette. The romance between Izzy and Denny is one of the most memorable and emotional storylines in Grey's Anatomy. Denny Duquette is a terminal heart failure patient who arrives at Seattle Grace Hospital seeking a heart transplant. Izzy Stevens, one of the hospital's surgical residents, becomes responsible for Denny's care. During his treatment, Izzy and Denny develop a strong emotional connection, which quickly turns into a deep and moving romance. Their relationship is marked by intense and challenging moments. Denny, who was a critically ill patient, finally gets a heart for the transplant, but the happiness is short-lived. He faces post-operative complications and passes away, leaving Izzy devastated. Alex and Ava Rebecca. Ava, later revealed to be Rebecca, is a patient who appears in the fourth season of Grey's Anatomy after suffering a severe car accident and losing her memory. Alex Karev, one of the residents at Seattle Grace Hospital, treats her and forms an emotional connection with her. As Rebecca begins to regain her memory, she remembers that she has a life and a relationship with another man, but still feels strongly connected to Alex, leading them to become romantically involved. However, when Rebecca decides to return to her previous life and fiancé, Alex is left devastated. The separation is painful and leaves a deep mark on Alex, who struggles to cope with the emotional complexity of the relationship. Callie and Erica. The romance between Callie Torres, an orthopedic surgeon, and Erica Hahn, a cardiothoracic surgeon, is a highlight of the fourth season of Grey's Anatomy. The relationship starts professionally and evolves into a romance, being especially significant for Callie, who identifies as heterosexual, and for Erica, who is exploring a new dynamic in her life. However, the relationship faces challenges, including Erica's discomfort with the hospital environment and Callie's difficulties in dealing with external expectations. The romance ends abruptly when Erica decides to leave the hospital, causing great distress for Callie and marking a turning point in her journey. George and Callie. George O'Malley and Callie Torres begin their relationship unexpectedly, with George becoming involved with Callie while dealing with emotional struggles after a breakup. In an impulsive moment, they decide to marry, but the marriage is not initially based on a deep, romantic connection. They attempt to build a life together but face challenges, including Callie's adjustment to the hospital and George's unresolved feelings, especially for Izzy Stevens. Eventually, the relationship falls apart due to communication and trust issues, leading to a painful breakup, especially for Callie, who was deeply committed to the marriage. Alex and Izzy. The romance between Alex Karev and Izzy Stevens is one of the most iconic relationships in Grey's Anatomy. They started as colleagues, with Alex known for his arrogant attitude, and Izzy being warm and generous. Despite challenges, such as Izzy's involvement with patient Denny Duquette and Alex's difficulty in opening up due to his traumatic past, the two grew closer over time. Their bond strengthened, especially during Izzy's illness, leading to an emotional wedding. However, the relationship ended abruptly when Izzy left Seattle, leaving Alex devastated. Lexie and Mark. The romance between Lexie Gray and Mark Sloan in Grey's Anatomy is intense and complicated. Lexie, a young resident, and Mark, an experienced plastic surgeon, share a relationship marked by strong attraction and challenges. The age difference and Mark's complicated past create obstacles, but they develop a deep connection. Unfortunately, their relationship ends tragically when Lexie dies in a plane crash, leaving Mark devastated. Owen Hunt and Christina Yang. The romance between Owen and Christina in Grey's Anatomy is intense and complex. Owen, a trauma surgeon, and Christina, a dedicated resident, are quickly drawn to each other and eventually marry. However, they face significant challenges, including differences about having children and Owen's personal traumas. These unresolved issues and differences eventually lead to their separation. Ben Warren and Miranda Bailey. The romance between Ben and Miranda in Grey's Anatomy is solid and enduring. Ben, a paramedic, and Bailey, a surgeon, are drawn to each other and eventually marry, facing professional and personal challenges together. They adopt a son, Tuck, and overcome various crises with mutual support. Richard Webber and Catherine Fox. Richard and Catherine start dating in the 8th season of Grey's Anatomy and marry in the 11th. They face challenges such as professional disputes and health issues, including Catherine's battle with cancer. After a crisis and temporary separation in the 16th season, they eventually reconcile, maintaining a relationship marked by love and difficulties. Jackson Avery and April Kepner. Jackson and April meet in the 6th season of Grey's Anatomy. They develop a relationship and eventually marry, but face challenges, including a plane crash and a difficult pregnancy. The pressures and personal differences lead to problems in their marriage. They have a premature baby, and despite efforts to reconcile, they end up separating in the 12th season, with April leaving for humanitarian work and Jackson staying in Seattle. Alex Karev and Joe Wilson. Alex meets Joe when she becomes a resident at Seattle Grace. They initially have a complicated relationship, but eventually develop a strong romantic bond. In the 9th and 10th seasons, Alex and Joe become a couple. They face various challenges, including personal and professional issues. Joe reveals she has a complicated past and a false identity, creating tension in their relationship. Despite the difficulties, they continue trying to overcome the obstacles together. The relationship between Alex Karev and Joe Wilson ends when Alex discovers that Izzy Stevens is living in Kansas and has 2 children conceived from the embryos they had previously frozen. Alex then abruptly says goodbye to Joe through a letter. Amelia Shepard and Owen Hunt. Amelia and Owen start growing closer while working together at Seattle Grace. They become romantically involved and eventually marry. However, they soon face problems, mainly due to Owen's past traumas and Amelia's struggles with sobriety and grief over Derek's death. Their marriage is tested when disagreements about having children arise. Amelia, dealing with her trauma related to motherhood, distances herself from Owen, leading to their separation. In the 14th season, they try to reconcile but continue facing difficulties. Eventually, they realize they have different life expectations, making the relationship unsustainable. Amelia and Owen decide to separate for good. Both move on, with Owen starting a new relationship and Amelia exploring her life and identity outside of marriage. Link, Atticus Lincoln, and Amelia Shepard. Link and Amelia meet and start dating. Link is a new orthopedic surgeon at Seattle Grace, and Amelia is a neurosurgeon with a complicated past. In the 16th season, they develop a romantic relationship. Link and Amelia face challenges due to Amelia's turbulent past, including her struggles with mental health issues and previous relationships. They go through ups and downs, including communication problems and differences in their life goals. Amelia also deals with the complexity of her relationship with her ex-boyfriend, Owen Hunt. Link and Amelia continue to face challenges in their relationship, but they work to overcome the difficulties and find balance. Meredith Grey and Andrew DeLuca. Meredith and DeLuca start getting closer and eventually begin a romantic relationship. The age difference between them is a recurring theme, but they connect emotionally. Their relationship faces challenges due to work stress and DeLuca's mental health issues. Despite the obstacles, Meredith supports him as he navigates his difficulties. In the 17th season, things get more complicated due to the pressures of the COVID-19 pandemic and the worsening of DeLuca's mental health. Eventually, they part ways but continue to care about each other. DeLuca tragically dies during the 17th season, deeply impacting Meredith and the other characters, Teddy Altman and Tom Korosik. Teddy and Tom start getting close while Teddy is pregnant with Owen's child. Tom falls in love with Teddy and becomes a significant emotional support for her during the pregnancy. In the 16th season, Teddy and Tom enter into a romantic relationship, but it's complicated by the fact that Teddy still has feelings for Owen. She feels torn between the two, creating tension and uncertainty. Teddy commits to being with Tom, but the situation becomes even more complicated when she cheats on Tom with Owen, leading to a painful breakup. By the end of the 17th season, Teddy and Tom go their separate ways. Tom decides to leave the hospital and start a new chapter in his life, while Teddy tries to sort out her feelings and her relationship with Owen. Owen Hunt and Teddy Altman. Owen and Teddy, longtime friends with a shared military past, reunite at Seattle Grace, where Teddy still has feelings for Owen, who is in a relationship with Christina Yang. Over the seasons, they have an on-again, off-again relationship. Teddy becomes pregnant with Owen's child while she's with Tom Korosik, but eventually, she and Owen try to build a life together. In the following seasons, they face crises, betrayals, and difficulties in maintaining a stable relationship, but continue trying to overcome the challenges and form a family. Levi Schmidt and Nico Kim. Levi and Nico begin a relationship in the 15th season of Grey's Anatomy, marking Levi's journey of self-discovery regarding his sexuality. They face challenges with commitment and communication, leading to a breakup in the 16th season. They try to reconcile in the following seasons, but continue dealing with complications, leaving the future of their relationship uncertain. And that brings us to the end of this list of the most intense and emotional romances in Grey's Anatomy. Comment below which Grey's Anatomy couple is your favorite and which one moved you the most. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more analyses and emotional moments from Grey's Anatomy.